गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Let there be peace, let there be peace and love amongst all the human beings of this universe. Let there be peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have started the contemplation on the revision of first 15 chapter. We are at the last chapter as far as our revision is concerned. That means we have done the contemplation on the first phase as a normal study. Secondly, now we are doing a revision. And nevertheless, what happens is when there is a quite some time, same thing has been read or studied or contemplated, there is every likelihood that we will forget the main contents also in that chapter. So that's why the revision purpose is there. And recently, I had seen one of the best social YouTube studies platform for competitive studies, wherein one of the YouTuber, a great social reformer, he said, "आप भूल के तो दिखाओ." That's what was his challenge. Whatever he has taught, he said to the students, "How can you forget? I'll check that. You cannot forget if I am teaching." So same here, because it is Vasiṣṭha Rishi who is teaching, he is telling us the great things, and भूल के तो दिखाओ, because it is so penetrating. At least one thing you'll always remember, that is मौज में रहो. You can't forget even in the when you have woke up maybe in a midnight and asked what is the summary of the essence of Yogavaasishtha which you have contemplated for maybe 6 months or maybe years together, you will immediately say Moj mein raho. So it is such a DNA penetrating that people, everyone will know that the things are so simple, continuously contemplated, that Moj mein raho, be happy, don't become happy, then ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, देखो सुनो बोलो मत, wherever you are, whatever you are, whenever you are, be 100% happy. Likewise, there are some things which are really uh, which goes inside our mind and remains there. Keep on reflecting, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you want it or not, you are divine. The divinity is there. Maybe today we are not experiencing it, but the truth of which I am convinced, the truth जिसके बारे में आपको एकदम श्रद्धा हो गई है, that must have already gone in the most of the listeners, including me. What is the purpose of contemplation of the essence of Yogavaasishtha? Main thing which we have studied up till now only a chapter was there are four gateways of liberation. One is containment, second is tranquility, third is company with holy people, and fourth is enquiry. All four are important. Start with one, any one of them. You'll reach all the four legs, because all four legs belongs to the same stool. If you pull one leg, all the complete stool has to come. Similarly, when you start contemplating on any chapter, any topic, maybe a Rama's Nirved, the dejection of Rama, or Leela story, or Gadi's story, or Prahlad's story, or any story you take, the potent of the story will be the story will tell you some information, some details, Puranic details, but it is pointed only towards that divinity, pointed towards that eternal sky, which is called a Chidakash, pointed towards mind your mind. Your mind has to be very nicely taken care of. It should not run away from you. Mind should be a friend, it should not be an enemy. And every moment, whether it is a Shukopakyana, a story of Shuka where he has 14 days suffered because King Janaka wanted him to suffer. 7 days he has been given best of the facility. because king has given the best of the facility. But 14 days, even though he was in a miserable situation, he was never a miserable. 7 days he was in joyful situation, he was never a joyous person. Rather, he was following the path of tranquility. सुख दुख समान वो फॉलो कर रहे थे. So now no effects for 22nd day. जनक only bowed to him. गुरु आप आइए, आपने तो अपनी पूरी डिजायर जीत ली है. आपको बुरे से भी असर नहीं हुआ और अच्छे से भी असर नहीं हुआ, आपको प्रणाम हो. Then he asked for a total inner tranquility. That is also a message in the essence of Yogavaasishtha, total inner tranquility, which has to be taken care of. That, and he has been told, you, whatever you up till now contemplated, that is there. It is only one divinity. Looks like as if it is fragmented. So fragmented दिखती है पर होती नहीं. That means there is only one mind in a samashti. Veshti, you feel there are different minds. There is a mind going along with a gender called as male. There is a mind going along with a gender called as female. And maybe in India, 140 crore people, 140 crore minds. Maybe world over 800 crores mind. But in samashti, there is only one mind. Like a human body, there are so many bones, capillaries, and veins running inside, beautifully made by God, wherein we have two hands, two legs, two ears, two eyes, likewise mouth, nose, two tubes of nose, so many things. But when you talk about any of this component, what you say, it's mine. If one component like teeth bites the tongue, we don't complain about the teeth. It is by wrongly it is done. But in world we do it. Instead of that, we correct it. Let your not teeth do not tongue bite your teeth do not bite your tongue. That precaution you have to take. So same precaution you have to take in a world. That world should be one way seen as the play of that divinity. So play of a divinity is there, which you are a divine. So it is your play. So take care of the world properly, wherever possible, wherever you are interacting. But it's so difficult because that contemplation you have not done. So what has to be done? Second thing you follow, world is a long, long dream. Whatever the things comes to your share in the relative world, just do that and forget about it. Whatever comes to your job, do it happily, cheerfully, blissfully, with a tranquility, with contentment, and over and above relax and cool attitude. If you do with this, nothing is going to disturb your life because you know how to mind your mind. You understood what is samashti mind. You are not keeping yourself in a vesty mind like today's external world. You are seeing the external world and you are getting affected. Whereas when you are wise, when you understood everything, you will also see the same world as the ignorant person sees. But then there will be no impact of this world on your mind. You know, this is the Prabhu's Maya. So it is Hari Ichha or Hari Krupa which is going on. It is not necessary that Hari will listen to your all desires and make everything as Hari Krupa. It is not possible. It is, he has to run his nature. It is the Samashti mind which will decide what has to be done. And accordingly things keeps on moving in the world. So we are not here to comment. We are not here to give a judgment. We are not to give here a comparison. We are not supposed to give analysis. We are not supposed to give commentaries. We are not supposed to write articles in the newspaper. We are not supposed to make YouTube programs on this so that people will read and give us very good likings and views and then our channel will get monetized. Not like that. This is not the purpose for which we are doing. You can see our also like whatever YouTube we are doing, its only pure purpose is to reach the message to the people. And by the way, over and above, if it really gets monetized, if it is really the people sees it and really the people appreciate, like the views, like that there is a like they put, or they'll really by their bottom of the heart, they say yes, there is a lot of material in this. Let us try to learn and improve our personality towards the divinity. Then yes, we have reached the purpose of that, what we are doing, the article writing or whatever we are doing. So honesty is a very important parameter which is required for this and which everybody should try to seek. So the purpose of essence of a Yogavaasishtha which we have seen up till now, it's till chapter number 14, is very simple, to know the truth. The purpose is very simple to know the truth and remain happy, cheerful, blissful, contented, tranquil, and uh, cool and relax under all the situation in the life. 7 by 24, 365 days. And likewise, we have done that for maybe 14 chapters up till now. And that's what we say is before we start the 15th chapter. The last chapter we have said that last sloka 46. O brave, having cut and shattered the five elements, that is earth, water, fire, and ether repeatedly, like Uddālaka. So Uddālaka now the next story's topic itself is Uddālaka. So Uddālaka has cut what? Pancha Mahabhutas he has eliminated from his life. Earth, water, fire, air, and ether has been removed by this Uddālaka from his mind. Investigate within by a steady resolved intellect. We have to start in investigation. And what is this investigation? It is the gateway of liberation. So we are on the right track. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई किसी ने कुछ बता दिया, कोई बताया जाओ यार पूजा करके आ जाओ, ऐसा ऐसा मंदिर है वहाँ जाके पूजा कर लो तुम्हारे को ये सिद्धि मिल जाएगी. फिर कोई दूसरा बोलेगा वो सिद्धि विनायक मंदिर है वहाँ जाके पूजा करो ये मिल जाएगा. You will get that definitely. लौकिक चीजें तो मिलेगी definitely. And if you wish like you should do it also. Nobody stop you from doing. But if you want really end result best, so there are only four methods, four gateway of liberation. कोई भी शास्त्र आपको बताएगा क्या? Tranquility, contentment, enquiry and company of holy people. चौथा कुछ भी नहीं है अपना. तो इसमें से कौन सा भी बोल रहा है कि उत्तालक ने इंक्वायरी की, स्टेडी इंटेलेक्ट से की. So what is that story which goes here that we'll see now? First topic is called as expectation of repose. So Śrī Rāma uvaca Uddālekana Bhagavan Katham Anta Vicharitam. So Śrī Ram Bhagavan, Śrī Ram is asking, Śrī Ram that you can remember that Śrī Ram is of the age of 15. We have just started the chapter 15th this division. So what is that? Revered son, he's saying the revered son to Vasiṣṭha Rishi. How was it investigated by Uddālaka? उद्दालक ने ये अर्थ वाटर फायर एयर इथर को जो अपने जीवन से एलिमिनेट कर दिया, कैसा किया भगवान थोड़ा बताइए. वशिष्ठ ऋषि सेज उद्दालको मुनि कश्चित अल्प प्रज्ञो विचारवान तथा प्रमेण तपसा शास्त्रार्थे नियमे यमा विवेकवान बभूव चिंतयामास धीरधि. So what is that? There is a beautiful word here. Uddalaka Muni. So who is this? He is an ascetic. Uddalak. Kaschit Alpa Pradnya. Alpa Pradnya means if you are really Pradnyavan, that means you are wiser, you understood everything in the world. But this chap, Uddalak, is a Alpa Pradnya. He is having a meager intelligence. अपने समान, मेरे समान है. इसको बहुत ही कम बुद्धि है. बहुत कम बुद्धि वाला उद्दालक है वो. उद्दालक मुनि कश्चित अल्प प्रज्ञो विचारवान. वो जो अल्प बुद्धि वाला है वो सोचने लगा, वो इन्वेस्टिगेट करने लगा. सो इट इज अ गॉड्स विश. भगवान की कृपा हो गई. वो अल्प प्रज्ञ होके भी, मीगर इंटेलिजेंस वाला होके भी उसने ही स्टार्टेड कॉन्टेम्पलेटिंग. देयरअपॉन इन कोर्स ऑफ टाइम ही बिकेम डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव. यानी पहले वो डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव भी नहीं था, उसको विवेक भी नहीं था, होगा तो भी बहुत 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 कम था. थ्रू ऑस्टेसिस उसने क्या क्या किया फिर देन व्हाट, बिकॉज़ ही वाज नॉट नोइंग व्हाट टू डू. देयर आर नो गाइड, देयर वाज नो एसेंस ऑफ योगाशिष्ट ड्यूरिंग हिज टाइम. He was never told that there are four gateways of liberation. कुछ पता नहीं था उसको. So ये डायरेक्टली 15 नंबर चैप्टर चालू हो गया उद्दालक का और वो उसको खुद अपना करने लग गया मन में जो आएगा. तो उसने क्या किया, पहले ऑस्टेरिटी, तपस्या चालू की. फर्स्ट इज ऑस्टेरिटी, सेकंड इज स्टडी ऑफ इंपोर्ट ऑफ स्क्रिप्चर. स्क्रिप्चर्स उसके जमाने में जो थे वो पढ़ने लग गया. फिर रिलीजियस ऑब्जर्वेंस यानी एकादशी, बाद में फिर चतुर्थी एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स ही इज ट्राइंग टू कीप अ रिलीजियस ऑब्जर्वेंस, उपवास करना है. Or moral restraint. Moral restraint यानी क्या? If he is a grihastha, remain as a grihastha with sons and daughters and a wife. Moral restraint. He will not go here and there and poke his nose here and there. Let other people do whatever they want to do. So four things done: austerity, moral restraint, and import of scripture पढ़ता था और religious observance. So सभी की सभी चीजें कर रहा था, उसको भी पता नहीं कि एक कैसा करना है. चारों चीजें करने लग गया. All four things he was doing. So what are those? He was discriminative because of austerity. Second thing is import of scripture. Third thing was religious observance. Fourth was moral restraint. तथा क्रमेण तपसा शास्त्रार्थे नियमे यमे विवेकवान बभुव चिंतयामास धीरधि. So he was confidently doing it. Then third shloka. किम तम प्राप्य प्रधानेन स्यात् यश यद विश्रांतेन शोचते तदाहं मनानातिते पदे परम पावने चिरं विश्रांतिमेष्यामि निर्विकल्प समाधिना इति चिंता परवशो ज्ञान अभ्यास चकारसा ये चारों कर रहा था, ऑस्टेरिटी, स्क्रिप्चर पढ़ना है, उपवास रखना है, मॉरल रिस्ट्रेंट करना है, पर उसको पता नहीं था यार इसमें से रियली क्या अच्छा है. What is that most important thing that could be obtained, which is not grieved upon or cessation? When shall I obtain the repose at last? In the most holy abode, which is beyond thinking by observation, in absolute consciousness. ये कौन सी चीजें मेरे को निर्विकल्प समाधि की तरफ ले जाएगी, तो मेरे को पता ही नहीं चल रहा है. क्या मेरे को ऑस्टेरिटी निर्विकल्प दे जाएगी, कि स्क्रिप्चर पढ़ने से होगा, कि उपवास करने से होगा, कि मॉरल रिस्ट्रेंट करने से होगा, मेरे को समझ नहीं रहा. So, without a differentiation in a known knowledge and knowing, subject to such reflection, he performed the practice of meditation. ये पता करने के लिए उसने मेडिटेशन चालू किया. तो क्या अभी तक किया? अभी तक ऑस्टेरिटी कर रहा था, फिर बाद में स्क्रिप्चर पढ़ रहा था, रिलीजियस उपवास कर रहा था, फिर मॉरल रिस्ट्रेंट किया, और अभी मेडिटेशन चालू किया. विषय नियमाने तु चित्ते मर्कट चंचले नसलेभे समाधान प्रतिष्ठा प्रतिदायिनीम. With his mind moving like a monkey, he is understood. ये सब करते वक्त, when he was doing upas, when he was doing moral restraint, when he was doing austerities, and when he was reading the scriptures, he was doing meditation. ये पांचों चीजें करते हुए पता चला रहे मेरा माइंड जो है मंकी के समान है. वो एक मिनट शांत नहीं रहता, इधर से उधर भागे, उधर से उधर भागेगा, किचन रूम में जाएगा, फ्रंट रूम में आएगा, इधर रहेगा, बेडरूम में जाएगा, इधर जाएगा, बाहर गया तो घर में आएगा, घर में गया तो बाहर जाएगा. He keeps on moving. Wherever it is, it will keep on jumping from one place to another place. If you know one idea of the religion, from that one idea you will jump to another idea. From that another idea you will jump to another idea. That is a monkey statement. It will never stick to one place. Even this man has decided 5 things. What are those? Auspicity, reading scriptures, उपवास करना, मॉरलिटी करना और मेडिटेशन करना. आप 5 डिसाइड की तो वो करो नहीं. मेडिटेशन करेगा तो उपवास याद आएगा, उपवास करेगा तो ऑस्टेरिटी याद आएगी, ऑस्टेरिटी याद करेगी तो पढ़ाई याद आएगी, पढ़ाई करेगा तो और कुछ याद आएगा. उसी में घुमाते रहेगा. सो विद हिज माइंड मूविंग लाइक अ मंकी बीइंग कैरिड अवे बाय द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ सेंस. इसका मन को क्या है मालूम है क्या? ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ सेंस. योर सेंसरी ऑर्गन्स आर रूलिंग यू. तुम्हारे ऑब्जेक्ट क्या है? शब्द, स्पर्श, रूप, रस, गंध. दे टेक यू फॉर अ टॉस. ही डज नॉट ऑब्टेन स्टेबिलिटी इन अ डीप मेडिटेशन. अपन बैठ जाते हैं ध्यान करने में और क्या हो जाते हैं, अरे व्हाट माय सन मस्ट बी डूइंग, व्हाट डॉटर इन लॉ मस्ट बी डूइंग, आर दे रियली डूइंग एज पर द मोरालिटीज कंसर्न, आर दे डूइंग, ओह दे आर रियली ग्रेट, they are helping me. So okay, this person has not done good, this person has done very excellent, he is not doing, he doesn't listen, he listens. So many things keeps in mind. That is a monkey's mind. So in a deep meditation, which is the best store of happiness, इसलिए उसको खुशी नहीं मिल रही जीवन में. How can you be say be happy? He can't be happy. He can't be happy because he has not understood how to be happy. That he has not understood, and that is what the Uddaalaka story is going to tell us. So now 2 more shlokas we'll take today and conclude, and Antar Vicharana we'll be doing it tomorrow. So Kadachita Udītākarbham Teja Prashyanti Vismrutam Kadachita Kevalam Vyoma Kadachita Nibiratam. So at some time, now what is happening is when he was doing what? Let us again repeat. Austerity, then second is reading scriptures, third is upwas, fourth is फोर्थ इज मॉरल रिस्ट्रेंट, एंड फिफ्थ इज मेडिटेशन. ये 5 करने के बाद भी उसका माइंड कैसा हो रहा था? एट सम टाइम ही माइंड वाज डिफ्यूज लाइट, ही हैविंग द अपीयरेंस ऑफ द राइजिंग सन. उसको उसके मेडिटेशन में कभी लाइट दिख रहा था, कभी उसको राइजिंग सन. एट अनदर टाइम मियरली अ स्काई, किसी को स्काई दिख रहा था. एट अनदर टाइम अ डेंस डार्कनेस, कभी डार्कनेस दिख रहा था, कभी स्काई दिख रहा था, कभी लाइट दिख रहा था. ऐसा सब कुछ दिख रहा है. कदाचिन उदिका भर तेजा, तेजा यानी राइजिंग सन. पश्यति विस्मृतम कदाचिन केवलम व्योम कदाचित निबिड़ेतमा. ब्लैक, ब्लैक, एवरीथिंग ब्लैक. यू आर सेइंग सम का तो व्योम मींस आकाश. समटाइम आकाश, समटाइम ब्लैकनेस, डेंस डार्कनेस, and sometimes diffuse light like rising sun. He was saying, he was wondering what is happening. For this purpose am I doing the meditation? इसके लिए मैंने मेडिटेशन शुरू किया क्या? ऑस्टेरिटी की, ऑस्टेरिटी की, उसके बाद में उपवास रखा, मॉरल रेस्टोरेंट रखा, पढ़ाई भी कर रहा हूँ, मेडिटेशन भी कर रहा हूँ. क्या ये देखने की कभी डार्कनेस दिख रहा है, कभी लाइट दिख रहा है, कभी स्काई दिख रहा है? अरे ये सब नहीं करना है. So then next श्लोक is एवं पर्याकुलमना सलूठन ज्ञान वृत्तिषु एकदा गिरिकांतारे चोप विश्वासन एकशित निश्चलम सुदृढ़ बद्ध पद्मासनम उदमुख निर्विकल्प समाधार्थ चकारो रेमम vicharanam. So this is 7th and 8th shloka. So that, what is that? Thus with his mind confused and wallowing in the meditative actions. These are all called as actions. Of course, he once did his investigation. ऐसा करते करते एक बार लकीली उसने वो गेटवे ऑफ लिबरेशन को पकड़ लिया, इंक्वायरी, and sat in some place in a mountain forest, unknowing, facing the north, and firmly fixing the yogic position of Padmasana to achieve absorption in undifferentiated consciousness, निर्विकल्प समाधि. उसको निर्विकल्प समाधि चाहिए थी, ऐसा प्रयत्न करके for that purpose he went into the deep forest. Then is there he sought, sat in a Padmasana. Those days there was a fashion to go to the forest if you want to do the meditation. Nowadays it is not needed because all online offline meditations are available with paid without paid versions. So people try to do those and get caught in that again the net of meditation, and then they suffer for the whole life. Instead of that, if you have known the four-way gateways of liberation, जैसा अभी इन्होंने पकड़ लिया, enquiry करना है, investigation करना है, ये सब चीजों में अटकना नहीं है. कौन सी अटकने वाली चीजें? ऑस्ट्रेसिटी, स्क्रिप्चर्स, बहुत सारे. आज गीता पढ़ा, कल रामायण पढ़ा, परसों योग वशिष्ठ पढ़ा और नरसों और कुछ अल्लाह पढ़ा, बाद में फिर कुरान पढ़ा, उसके बाद और कुछ जैनिज्म पढ़ा, एंड देन यू आर caught into the web of all thoughts. That actually purpose is to reduce thoughts, you are increasing thoughts. तो क्या क्या बताया? तो ऑस्ट्रेसिटी कर रहा है, स्क्रिप्चर पढ़े जा रहा है, बाद में खूब उपवास रखा है, मॉरल रिस्ट्रेंट रख रहा है, मेडिटेशन कर रहा है, सब कर रहा है. तो ये समझ गया है कि भाई ये सब करने की जरूरत नहीं, इतना करना है खुशी से करो, बट डोंट गेट सफर. बी हैप्पी, यू हैव टू बी हैप्पी. डोंट ट्राई टू बिकम हैप्पी बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दिस. You try to become happy because of all 5 points which are told, you will be suffering because you can't become happy. Become happy, there is no phrase like that. Become happy नाम की कोई चीज ही नहीं है. Become happy by drinking wine or cigarette, all that, and become happy because of drinking this ether of this religious books. It is nothing different. In both ways we suffer same. So now he's understood the investigation, inquiry. उसको पता चल गया inquiry करना है. वहाँ शांत बैठ गया और now he has started inquiry. After doing all this, he has started inquiry. And what is that inquiry? We'll be seeing it next time. That is second topic of ours is Antar Vicharna, which we'll be doing it tomorrow. That is inner investigation. But before we conclude today, what has to be seen is relax, relax, relax. World is a long, 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 endless dream. Be happy always. Non-existing ego. We have a non-existing ego. Entities develop just like that. ये ईगो जो है अपना वो जस्ट लाइक दैट ऐसे ही निर्माण हो गया. उसको कुछ आगे पता नहीं, पीछे पता नहीं, वो डेवलप हो गया, उससे डिजायर आ रही है. एज अ रिजल्ट माइंड बिकम्स वेरी फैट. अगर ईगो आ गया तो माइंड बिकम्स वेरी फैट. व्हाट शुड बी केप्ट, व्हाट शुड बी रिजेक्टेड, वी आर नॉट नोइंग. सो स्टार्ट कॉन्टेम्पलेटिंग हाउ दिस ईगो कैन बी रिड्यूस. द पर्पस शुड बी हाउ मेरा ईगो कैसा रिड्यूस करना चाहिए. So spiritual practice is not becoming extraordinary, but it is dropping all extra fat, including fat. सब extra जो है drop करना है, यही spirituality का purpose है. Because of ego, he was unable to attain fulfillment of life. Ego इतना है कि मैं सत्येंद्र हूँ, मैं speaker हूँ, मैं ये हूँ, मैं वो हूँ, मेरे को lecture देने बुलाते हैं, मैं stage पे बैठता हूँ, मेरे को इतनी अकल है, मैंने पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन किया है, मैंने PhD किया है, लोग मेरे को रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं, मैं गुड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर हूँ, मेरे को लेक्चर देना है. These are all ego. Actually, what is all this? It is a divine grace. As simple as that. It is a divine grace. You can't do any, you cannot pull your hand up also because it is a divine grace you are pulling your hand up. So how can you say like this? So there are some people doing coronavirus that, for example, is given. They are not taking coronavirus vaccine. They said our immunity power is very high. We cannot take that. So then they suffer in the life. So remain very disciplined, simple person in life. If other people are doing it, do it with your way. So anything which takes us from others, that is not the spiritual practice. And very nicely it is said, keep the stomach full and head empty. And that is the greatest spiritual practice. Then you can start contemplating. You know all this? So you can start contemplating. So what is the highest tapasya for a grihastha? What is the highest tapasya for a sadhu? What is the highest tapasya for a brahmachari? And what is the highest tapasya for any ascetic? We have to decide that. So let us see now. I am a grihastha. So what is highest tapasya for a grihastha is, in spite of so many miserable situations in a grihastha life, in spite of so many ups and downs, in spite of so many variables, all duality around us, still you are not becoming miserable. That is the highest tapasya. One, you should do that. So stop reacting. First is stop reacting. Study scriptures. And don't become problematic to yourself. अपने आप को problematic मत बनो. So that's very important. So all the spiritual practice should culminate in the inquiry. Then only we will be the spiritual mood, the minded. Then we'll be spiritual minded. We should start like Uddaalaka has understood that he has entered into the inquiry. When you inquire into inquiry, then you are a spiritual minded person. So what is required is inner contentment. Then second is satisfied in all situations. So जो कुछ मिला satisfied रहना है. And third is don't become problematic to yourself. Those are the three. So that has been told here. And what a very good simple word is what when you are doing, whether you are a grahastha or brahmachari or sadhu, enough is enough. Whatever has happened up till now is enough. Make a reset to that system. Don't take life anything granted. ऐसा हो गया, don't take granted. Every event is a fresh event with a clean mind. Every event is a spiritual examination for a sadhaka. So take care of your mind your mind, that is most important. Function outside, but the attention should be inside. बाहर सब कार्य करो, खाना बनाओ, खाना खिलाओ, जॉब करो, पैसे कमाओ, सोशल सर्विस करो, लोगों को अच्छा सब बताओ, किसी को स्कोल्ड करना है स्कोल्ड करो, अच्छा है प्रेस करना है प्रेस करो, बट देन your attention should be inside on the divinity. You are interacting with the divinity, with the divine mind. So quality of mind is before, during and after the job should be checked, and it should be the same. Keep yourself protected. Are we reacting to something? किसी को react कर रहे हैं कि सिर्फ act कर रहे हैं? If we react to something, we have given the status of reality to it. In this world, other than Paramatma, there is nothing real. भगवान छोड़ के कोई भी चीज रियल नहीं है. तो ये क्या है हिंदी में बोला, यस चली का खेला है. It is all going here and there. Ishwar Paridhan. We must have some anchor in our life. So like we are following the anchor as Śrī Rāma Krishna Paramahans. So we also, you should also decide, maybe Ram, maybe Krishna, maybe Allah, maybe Rahim, whatever you want to decide, decide that. All problems are basically in the mind. And we know if we really go, there is no individual mind, it is only samashti. So where are the problems? There is no problem. We only get it the problems because of our ego. There should not be any problem. Let us learn and keep our mind quiet for a large period of time. अपने मन को शांत रखना है. बोलना बहुत शांत रहे. And when this happens, simple rules: see, hear, and don't talk. देखो, सुनो, बोलो मत. He has decided the path toward the spirituality. Every path is a path provided we are able to utilize it properly. So this is the beauty of Yogavaasishtha. So many chapters we have done, 15 chapters. So it is the beauty of that. We become permanently miserable by the temporary experiences of life. Permanently miserable. Okay, 2002, this has happened to me, such and such person has said such and such to thing. You have become permanently miserable. Learn to endure, which cannot be cured. जो चीज क्योर नहीं करते, endure करो, सहन कर लो. If you are a spiritual seeker, convert endurance in the enjoyment. अरे भगवान ने ये इसको मेरे को ऐसा बोलने के लिए था. Okay, celebrate that. This is a spiritual practice. We have to attack in 3 levels. One is sensory organs. अपने sensory organs अपने को cheat करते रहते. Second is mind, and third is intellect. Then only we'll be able to save from ego. Ego से अपन तभी save हो जाएंगे if we are saved from 3. One is sense organ, mind, and intellect. So keep sense organs at a distance. How to do that? Dhamma. So Uddaalaka was all confused because of what? 3 things: rising sun, then sky, and dense darkness. So he decided to now go into the contemplation mode, that is inquiry. Look upon the shortcomings of the worldly objects. जगत के objects के shortcoming देखो, which has been very nicely said in a Vivek Chudamani Grantha. Then mind will be able to withdraw without much efforts. ज़्यादा कुछ किए बगैर ही mind एक withdrawal चालू कर देगा. Any experience which comes and stays, go and goes, it is a trick of mind. A nice example is given. We'll try to remember that example and conclude here. So, one bhakta used to come to Bhagwan Raman Maharshi, and he was a very great devotee of Krishna. He used to see Krishna, he used to eat food with Krishna, he used to enjoy, move around with Krishna and whatnot. So this man in hardly used to take food. He used to go to that Arunachal, play with Krishna, enjoy. He told this thing to Bhagwan Raman Maharshi. Bhagwan Raman Maharshi kept mum. There was a time of super at 4 o'clock, tea time was there. This man was not available in the room, not available in ashram, and he was there along with the Krishna on the hills. At sometime the Krishna disappeared. And this man became visible. He came to running with to Bhagwan Rama Maharshi and told her, now my Krishna is not been seen. Where he has gone, I don't know. Please tell me, please give me my Krishna back, and started profusely crying. He has not said anything to him. And then when he was in the mood to listen, see, if somebody is not in the mood to listen, there is no point telling to him. So when he came and had a little inquiry and some faith in the Bhagwan Raman Maharshi, then Raman Maharshi has not told what has happened, good or bad. He said only one thing. What? The things which comes, things which stays and things which goes is a trick of mind. जो चीज दिखती है नहीं रहती है, दिखती है रह के चली जाती है, तो दैट इज अ ट्रिक ऑफ माइंड. आपको कृष्ण नहीं थे, फिर दिखते, आपके साथ खेलते, खाना खाते और चले जाते, तो वहां कृष्ण नहीं है. ये बताया, उसका आंखें खुल गई. सो माइंड कैन क्रिएट एनीथिंग इंक्लूडिंग गॉड. अपना मन ऐसा है कि वो भगवान को भी बना सकता है. वो अपने को क्रिएट करके देंगे. ओ गॉड इज लाइक दिस, आई एम सीइंग द गॉड, गॉड हैज कम टू माय हाउस, ही हैज गॉन टू माय inner chambers, he is in my loving heart. All this imagination keeps on going. But the thing which comes, stays and goes, according to Yogavaasishtha, according to Bhagwan Raman Maharshi, it's a trick of mind. So don't forget, it is a trick of mind which is taking you for a toss. So don't go into that. But what should be followed then? Whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, whether you know it or not, you are divine. The whole world is divine. In fact, there is unfragmented self. It is a union of all. Rather, it is only one. There is no second. Transcendent, immanent, one without second. So that is the process, and we will see what is the antar vicharna, the investigation, the inner investigation, done by Uddaalaka tomorrow with these prayers. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Śrī Rāma Chandrarpanamastu. Submitting the divine fruits to the holy feet of Śrī Ramachandra.